Every night, your body shuts down, your muscles relax, and your mind drifts into an unconscious abyss. Or at least, that's what you've been told. But what if sleep isn't just a biological function? What if, during those silent hours, your consciousness is traveling to places you can't even begin to imagine? Science explains sleep in cold, mechanical terms. You go through cycles: light sleep, deep sleep, REM, and your brain consolidates memories, repairs itself, and prepares for the next day. That's the official narrative. But there are gaps in this story, gaps that have haunted scientists for decades. Why do some people wake up with knowledge they never learned? Why do dreams sometimes predict the future? Why do millions report waking up somewhere else while their bodies remain in bed? Ancient civilizations never saw sleep as just rest. The Egyptians believed that dreams were messages from higher realms. The Tibetans practiced dream yoga, training their minds to remain awake even as their bodies slept, exploring hidden dimensions. The indigenous shamans of the Amazon claimed that dreams were the true world, and waking life was the illusion. Why did every ancient culture believe sleep was more than just sleep? The answer may be in what happens when your consciousness detaches from the limitations of the physical body. During sleep, something shifts. Brain activity changes. Reality distorts. And suddenly, the rules that govern waking life no longer apply. If you've ever felt like you were falling as you drifted off, jolted awake without explanation, or had a dream so vivid it felt more real than life itself, you've already touched the edges of this mystery. But here's where things get even stranger. Some people remember. They wake up recalling journeys to places beyond imagination, conversations with beings they've never met in waking life, or visions of things yet to happen. Are these mere hallucinations? Or are they fragments of another reality, one we enter every night but rarely remember? The truth is, most people forget what happens when they sleep. But what if you could remember? What if you could train your mind to retain those lost experiences? And more importantly, what if you could take control? The first step is understanding the true nature of the dream realm, a place that may not be a product of your mind, but a dimension you are actually visiting. And once you understand that, you'll realize something chilling. You're not always alone when you get there. Where exactly is your consciousness going? And who, or what, is waiting for you? The answers lie in the next part. Have you ever had a dream so vivid that waking life felt dull in comparison? A dream where every sensation, touch, sound, even emotion, was as real as the world you're in now? What if I told you that some dreams aren't just hallucinations, but journeys into another dimension? Throughout history, cultures around the world have whispered the same truth. Dreams are not just fabrications of the mind, they are gateways. The Aboriginal Australians speak of the dream time, a sacred realm that exists beyond space and time. In ancient Greece, seekers traveled to the temples of Asclepius, where they would enter a deep sleep and receive visions from otherworldly beings. Even modern science is beginning to acknowledge that dreams may be more than random brain activity. Studies on lucid dreamers, people who become conscious within their dreams, have shown that the brain responds to dream experiences the same way it does to real-life events. But here's where things get truly disturbing. Some dreams seem to repeat, as if they exist in a place you return to over and over. Some feel so foreign that they couldn't possibly be products of your imagination. And then there are the shared dreams, experiences where two or more people wake up recalling the same impossible journey. Think about this. If the dream world was just an illusion, how could multiple people experience the exact same place? How could someone dream of a future event before it happens? The most shocking cases involve dream entities, intelligent, independent beings that seem to have their own thoughts, their own motives, and, in some cases, memories of you. Thousands of people report meeting mysterious figures in their dreams, hooded strangers, shadowy watchers, or benevolent guides who offer cryptic messages. What are they? Are they fragments of your own subconscious? Or could they be something else entirely? Conscious entities that exist in the unseen layers of reality? If so, then the question isn't just where your consciousness goes when you sleep, but who else is there, waiting for you? And here's something even more unsettling. Some places in dreams feel off-limits. People report encountering invisible walls, shadowy doorways they can't enter, or landscapes that seem to shift the moment they focus on them, as if something, or someone, doesn't want them to go any further. Could it be that we are being watched in these realms? Could it be that there are rules to these hidden dimensions? Rules that most of us don't understand? If you've ever felt like a dream wasn't entirely yours, like you were just a visitor in a world that existed before you arrived, then you've already brushed against this forbidden knowledge. But what happens when you go further? When you break the illusion and take full control? That's when you step into something even more powerful, the ability to leave your body completely. And that's exactly what we'll explore next. What if I told you that, while your body sleeps, your consciousness can leave it entirely? That your dreams are not just visions, but portals to something far greater? This isn't fantasy. It's a practice known as astral projection, and it has been deliberately trained by mystics, monks, and secret societies for thousands of years. The idea is simple. When your body rests, your consciousness is free to roam. The key is learning how to wake up inside that process, to leave your body at will and travel through unseen dimensions. And here's the terrifying part. Millions of people have reported doing exactly that. Ancient texts from Egypt describe the Ka, an ethereal double of the human form that could travel beyond the body. The Tibetans have long practiced Fawa, a method of projecting the soul beyond physical limits. Even modern science has documented cases of near-death experiences, NDEs, people who have floated above their own hospital beds, seen doctors working on their lifeless bodies, and returned with memories of places they should never have seen. But astral projection isn't just for those on the edge of death. You can do it too. In fact, you've probably done it without realizing it. Have you ever had a dream where you were floating above your own sleeping body? Have you ever had the sensation of falling right before waking up? These are signs that your consciousness was already trying to escape. You just didn't know how to control it. But here's the real question. If your consciousness can leave your body, where does it go? People who've mastered astral projection claim to have explored entire landscapes beyond our reality. Some describe vast cities of light, filled with beings who radiate wisdom. Others report traveling through dark voids, encountering shadowy figures that seem drawn to their presence. And some claim to have accessed hidden knowledge, insights about their past lives, their future, or even the structure of the universe itself. One of the most chilling aspects of astral travel is the silver cord, a glowing, thread-like connection that links the astral body to the physical form. Many believe this cord is what keeps us anchored to life. If it breaks, you don't come back. So why isn't this knowledge widely known? Why is astral projection dismissed as mere fantasy, despite overwhelming historical evidence? The answer is simple. If people realized they could leave their bodies and explore higher realms, they would no longer be controllable. They would understand that reality is much larger than we are taught to believe. And that is why certain groups, secret societies, intelligence agencies, and elite organizations have spent decades studying, suppressing, and even weaponizing this ability. In declassified CIA documents, you can find references to remote viewing, a form of controlled astral projection used for spying on distant locations without physically being there. Yes, governments have studied this. And yet, the average person still believes it's impossible. So here's the real question. If you could leave your body tonight, would you? And if so, where would you go? The answer might be more important than you think. Because some believe that astral travel isn't just a spiritual experience. It's the key to something even bigger. A way to alter reality itself. And that's exactly what we'll uncover next. What if I told you that the dreams you have at night don't just reflect your subconscious, but shape your reality? That while your body sleeps, your mind is programming the world you wake up to? This is where things take a dramatic turn. Ancient mystics, quantum physicists, and even modern psychologists have stumbled upon the same chilling truth. Sleep isn't just rest, it's a gateway to creation. Take Neville Goddard, for example. He taught that the moment before you fall asleep is the most powerful time to reprogram your subconscious and mold reality to your will. His method? Simple. Instead of drifting into unconsciousness, you deliberately imagine the life you desire as if it's already real. Not just thinking about it, but feeling it, living in it, experiencing it. His students reported miraculous results, manifesting wealth, love, success, even complete changes in their personalities. Now, here's where it gets stranger. Quantum mechanics, yes, actual science, tells us that reality is not fixed. The famous double-slit experiment suggests that the mere act of observing something changes its behavior. In other words, reality isn't set in stone. It shifts based on consciousness. And what is sleep, if not the deepest state of unfiltered consciousness? This brings us to timeline shifting, the idea that, during sleep, your consciousness doesn't just process memories. It selects which version of reality you wake up in. Some believe that déjà vu, sudden personality shifts, or even inexplicable changes in your life circumstances are signs that, while sleeping, you unknowingly jumped to another version of reality. Think about it. Have you ever woken up from a dream and felt different? Like something inside you had changed? Or maybe you've had mornings where the world around you seemed off, people acting slightly different, events unfolding in ways that don't make sense? Some believe these are signs that, in your sleep, you shifted into another timeline, a different version of the world where things played out slightly, or drastically, differently. Now, here's the real question. If this is happening unconsciously, what happens when you take control? What if you could deliberately choose which version of reality you wake up in? What if, instead of passively drifting into dreams, you used sleep as a tool, an instrument to move towards the life you truly desire? There's a reason why some of the most powerful people in history, mystics, visionaries, even world leaders, have practiced guided sleep techniques. They understood that the dream world is not just a place for rest, it's a launch pad for transformation. But before you can master this, you must first learn how to stay aware while falling asleep, to break through the layers of unconsciousness and step fully into control. And that's exactly what we'll explore next. Because once you know how to consciously navigate this hidden realm, you may never look at sleep the same way again. If sleep is a gateway, then why leave it to chance? What if you could step through that gateway fully aware, fully in control, and deliberately shape the reality you wake up to? This isn't just theory. It's a practice that has been used for centuries by mystics, shamans, and secret societies. The key is sleep consciousness, the ability to remain aware while your body sleeps, giving you direct access to the dream realm, astral dimensions, and even the mechanisms of reality itself. But how do you do it? Here are 3 powerful techniques that can transform your sleep into the most potent tool for manifestation, self-discovery, and reality shifting. The hypnagogic gateway, falling asleep consciously. The moment between wakefulness and sleep is like a crack in reality, a doorway where your mind is still awake, but your body is shutting down. This is where visions, sounds, and spontaneous dreamlike images appear. But instead of drifting into unconsciousness, you train yourself to stay aware. How to do it? As you lay in bed, keep your focus on the shifting images and sensations behind your closed eyes. Don't force sleep, just observe. If you feel your body tingling or vibrating, you're on the threshold. This is where many report spontaneous out-of-body experiences or deep lucid dreams. Why it works. This technique aligns with the Tibetan dream yoga practice, which teaches that the dream world is just as real as waking life, and mastering it allows you to manipulate reality itself. The I Am method. Programming reality before sleep. Before you fall asleep, your mind becomes highly suggestible. This is the perfect moment to reprogram your subconscious and shift timelines. Neville Goddard, one of the greatest teachers of reality creation, swore by this method. How to do it. As you lie in bed, repeat a simple phrase in your mind: I am already living my ideal reality. Feel it as if it's happening now. Immerse yourself in the emotions of your desired life. Drift into sleep while holding on to this state. Why it works. Your subconscious does not differentiate between imagination and reality. Whatever state you fall asleep in, your mind assumes it to be true, and the reality you wake up to adjusts accordingly. The quantum jump. Timeline shifting in sleep. What if, instead of just manifesting small changes, you could wake up in a completely different version of reality? This method is based on the idea that infinite versions of you exist, and during sleep, you can align with the one who is already living the life you desire. How to do it. Before sleep, visualize a portal, a shimmering doorway leading to another version of reality. Imagine stepping through it. Feel the shift. As you drift into unconsciousness, trust that you are already shifting. Why it works. Many who have practiced this technique report waking up with different emotions, thought patterns, or even circumstances that align with their visualized reality. Some even claim that people around them begin acting differently, as if they woke up in a new timeline. The final truth. Sleep is not what you think. We've been led to believe that sleep is just a biological function, that dreams are meaningless, that reality is fixed. But what if that's the greatest lie ever told? Every night, your consciousness leaves this world. It travels, it creates, it shifts, and if you learn to control it, there are no limits to what you can experience. So the real question is, tonight, when you close your eyes, where will you go?